All right, so this whole shelving area here, it's kind of a bit of a mess still because I've got everything, believe it or not, but this was completely chock full of curriculum back here and stamps, and this is in my my back room where I store a whole bunch of stuff. And so I'm going to be taking this shelving unit out, actually. So I wanted to empty it, but I wanted to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need. So I have this little, you know, I've got this little shelving unit here that I bought and I put back here because this is all my stamps. I mean, they were in really big disarray, you know, and they may not look too great. Drawers don't glide open as well as they should, but these are my large stamps, and I just had, you know, they were all in these little tiny boxes, so I wanted to put them here where I could get a better look. So that's the top drawer now, and I'm going to keep all of these. My middle drawer, so I've put some separators in here for these things. I've got a lot of stamping materials. There's some lettering over here. And I don't just stamp on paper, but what I do is I collect a lot of different textile looking things because I stamp with fabric paint on canvas as well. And so I use them for that as well. I love stamps because of that. So I definitely don't want to get rid of those. Here's the last drawer, so some more of the materials, some of my fabric paints over here. And a lot of this stuff was in such disarray, so now I've got this all settled in this one little case, and that really helps. This bag is full of old curriculum and things that I'm not using anymore for the kids, and so it's kind of heavy, and I know I'm going to have more than this, but this is a really good start to let go of stuff that I was hanging on to for so long. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things that I've gotten rid of this last week. I was supposed to come up with 36 items, and I have about over 50, so I'm okay with that. But this is just like the top of the iceberg. I have to get rid of a huge amount of stuff, and so because we haven't been in that garage yet, and you know that's like my big project. So I will show you what I got. Just I've been cleaning like everywhere, and so I just keep taking little bits from different places that I'm in. So I'll show you some things that I'm getting rid of. Some things right here. All of these are going in the giveaway or throw away. It just depends. I've got a bag full of, there's like 28 items, all workout clothes. Some of them brand new that just, you know, it's like sports bras that made me look like the Michelin Man. So I'm like, forget it. I'm just not going to do it. I bought this brand new bra here, never did wear it again. But one tip to remember is always know what your size is before you go if you can't try it on there at the store. So I bought that, waited too long, could never take it back, so it's gone. And then these shoes, I absolutely love these shoes. They're sparkly. I have them twice, both for like Christmas time, and they always pinch back here. They always hurt like crazy, and this last time I tried to wear them, they kept slipping off, so I'm done with those. Hot rollers, these just don't really work on me, not for what I want, so those are out. I have a lot of old movies. I still collect some VCR tapes because I do have a VCR player still, and some movies I can't find in DVDs. So anyway, this is a movie that I always wanted to see because my parents didn't let me watch it back in the 70s. So I found it and I watched it, and I was like, oh, it was okay, I guess. You know, I don't know what I was all broken up about all that time. Death of a Salesman. I saw it before, parts of it, so I wanted to see the whole thing, and I did, and I'm like, wow, this is depressing. Depressing movie, that's out. Play Misty for Me. Wow, that was like really freaky. There were some moments in here that, you know, can embarrass the person, so I'm like, you know what, we're done with that. Sabrina, I just wanted to see that. I like little love stories, and that was okay, but you know, not to be hanging on to it. It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World Part 1. So, okay, no thanks. Beginning Life Together. Oh, this is something I used to lead a group of people, a community of people, like a small group at our church and stuff. So I used to watch a whole bunch of these things about, you know, getting people to work together and stuff like that. And I just have never opened this one. So I never actually watched that one. Didn't have any time. You know about that book. I got rid of that. I showed you last time. Somebody gave me this red door a long time ago, and this cologne, and it gives me a headache. So Red Door gives me a headache, so I'm going to give that to somebody else. This book never worked out. It's all about, you know, selling a specific program, and you have to take a lot of soy. I wanted this book, but I didn't realize it was a commercial for Ally, so I was like, yeah, thanks. The Weight Loss Cure, I didn't really understand this book, and it didn't cure anything. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Parenting the Difficult Child, A Biblical Perspective on Reactive Attachment Disorder. I was kind of hoping this would be a good read, but I didn't really agree with their authoritarian approach to this. So it just, you know, it just didn't really, not authoritarian. It was just more like very hard. You know what I mean? And I would much rather go with the approach of this book, which I'm going to keep, by Dr. Wes Stafford, Too Small to Ignore. This one explores, you know, when a child has, you know, insecurities in their life and they don't feel safe, they're not open to learning, they're not open to a lot of different things. And so he approaches it in a softer way, whereas this one approaches it as it's more of the child's problem. And it's really not. I mean, it really is time for the parent to come in and make them feel secure, I think, anyway. So I'm going to hang on to this. I'm just going to go ahead and pass on that one. How to Talk to People Who Listen. This seems like it would be a good book. I think this is one of the ones that I bought my husband a long time ago because he likes to read motivational things like this, but he's never really been into it. So I'm just going to move it along. Raw Energy. A bunch of recipes that I can come up with myself, and it's not, you know, or I wouldn't do it. They're just too costly on calories. And I bought this. This scale actually measures like up to 22 pounds, and it's a little off kilter too, you know, you can see. But we bought this when we were doing the 80-10-10 diet because you have to eat like 2 pounds of fruit at a time. And so we're never going to do that again. I'm just going to get rid of that. I no longer have toddlers, thank goodness, so that's moving on. My kids know their colors. This is just, these are kind of remedial projects, so we don't really need that. I always said I would use this journal, and I would like make all these wonderful things in here, and it's just so natural, you know, natural paper, and maybe I could press flowers. I've had this for 10 years, never did anything with it, so it's moving on. We bought this track phone for somebody and then never saw them again about 8 years ago. And so, and it has a card too, so I'm going to look for somebody who could use a phone and just give that to them. Maybe I could give it to somebody who's homeless today or something. They could probably really appreciate that. I've got some makeup here that these just aren't really my colors, you know, anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of these. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm just going to throw that one away. Airbrush legs. I need about 50 of these tubes. So I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to get rid of that. And then I've got some work boots here that are just, you know, it's time for them to move on. I've got a makeup holder here, a mini waterfall there that actually works well. It's just, you know, time to move on. This purse is... It's so funny. There is a famous artist with the last name of Planas. I think his name is Robert. I'm not sure. I don't remember right offhand. But he did he's I guess a well-known enough painter who painted a lot of handbags for a fundraiser. And this one, it actually still has the label on it, was going for $350, believe it or not. I found it for about $6 secondhand, and I thought, oh, it's kind of quirky. I love the clouds, you know, I love clouds. Let's take another look at my ceiling. I love clouds, but sorry about that if I made you a little queasy. Okay, and so I bought this, but honestly, it's very ugly, and I don't see myself ever really carrying it. And what's really funny is that I have never been able to open it, never. It's like one of those Chinese mind games, you know, puzzles. It's like, no matter what you do, you cannot open this bag. You cannot open this bag. I've tried. There's got to be some sort of special way to open it. And so I'm like, you know what, enough. I'm done babysitting this, you know, famous handbag. So like, that is going in the giveaway box as well. So all of this stuff I'm clearing out. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to forget. I wanted to show you what I did. Now in this closet here, In our other house, we had an unreal amount of space. In this one, we don't have a lot of storage space right now. So this is a hallway closet that I actually have overflow of kitchen appliances in. So this is where I keep extra appliances in here, but also this is what would typically be a linen closet. And so I was storing all of my linen in Rubbermaids in here, and it was just beginning to be such a mess. And so my hubby bought, this is the shelf that he bought at IKEA, and so I'm just so glad that he put it together. It fit in here nicely. So I've got all of my linen, my towels, my sheets, my wash rags, and I'm glad he went with the drawered shelves here, because I got all my wash rags and my pillowcases in here, and so it just feels so much better to have them out of those Rubbermaids. I feel like we finally live in this house. This is my first, well, my second really decluttering video, and next time is about to get serious. So I want to thank Gina Pearson again for hosting this declutter series, March Madness, and I'm going to put all the wonderful other ladies that are participating in this challenge in the link below in the description box, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Love you guys.